Alright, take two. Animated, let's animate the Yog Bomb. Oh, man. If you're watching this, I guess I did it. I did the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing. I edited it down quite a bit, but it was still quite a project, or it is still quite a project. I'm still working on it, of course. I'm at the beginning. Still in the first half of video one. I have no idea when this is going to come out, but hopefully sometime soon. Today we're going to animate the explosion. The actual thing is going to go right here. And I did like a mini one back here. This back here. And I'm not entirely happy with it. We'll see if that stays. But I want to do a more detailed one. I want to keep these like searchlight looking things back here. And some sort of like smoke cloud in the middle. But I also want like more explosions happening within it. And just hopefully to make it a little nicer looking. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a symbol. Let's see. Yog Bomb Explosion. There we go. Alright, so now the first thing I want to do is I'm actually going to change the stage, make it a little darker. There. Freaking searchlight ass things. I like making life as difficult as possible. Fix these up a little bit. Ah, shit. So we're gonna stick it right there, so we can sort of imagine it going right there, and this part's gonna be spinning. We're gonna have like a bunch of explosion-y stuff happening in front of it, and hopefully look really cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do the same thing as we did for the other explosion. We rotate these searchlights. So good. So this is gonna take forever. Easy. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like it. So next thing is we're gonna have to make the explosions happen in front of it. I'm just gonna start with like a really stupid looking sort of puffy thing. We're gonna make it a nice light, maybe a purpley. Is that a smoke cloud? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that'll look okay. Let's make that into a thing. Let's actually do another one that looks a lot different, and then we'll just tie them together. So what's happening? I think we're gonna have this one here separate kind of into two, and this one's gonna move down one sort of here. And we're just sort of going in the middle between all of these, and hopefully this will look okay. So we want this to separate, right? So it's going to be like that. This thing down here is sort of sliding down like that. And this is also doing that. Alright, now we're just going to make in-betweens for these. You know, people want like a full let's animate, but you're not missing anything. It's gonna be a lot like that, and that's gonna be a lot like that, and that's gonna be a lot like that. There we go. I'm sure one day there'll be something. I don't know if it'll be a new program or a plugin where it'll just be like, oh, you have a line here, and now you want it to be over there. Okay, bam, and all this in between stuff will be history. Let's see how that looks. Hey, that looks like a thing. That looks like... oh, man, I like that. Now, see, here's the problem, though. I don't want to just have it reversed, because that would look stupid. I need to... I'm probably going to put this frame over here somewhere, and then just do in-betweens for those two. That's going to take forever. Another problem with doing a full Let's Animate is, like, it's hard to just record for, like... and just talk for, like, a long-ass time. Like... I don't have that kind of strength. I don't have it in me. Ooh, boy, this is tough to follow, isn't it? And make a in-between of this. And I realize now that I did not even kind of close that up, so we're going to do that now. Because, you know, there are parts in the episode where it gets a little repetitive. Not... in the episode you don't notice it, but when animating it's like, you know, I can only show Sips laughing so many ways before it just gets ridiculous, you know. And in the cut I'm working with now, I have Sips laughing for like a solid like 30 seconds straight or something like that. Near the end, they laugh quite a bit. I don't know if I'll keep that, but because I'm just thinking like, okay, I can show them laughing, but like, you know, what am I gonna do, you know? And I guess, I mean, if you're watching this and it's all done and you probably know what happens. I don't know what happens. I still have no idea what I'm going to do for that. So. Is it nice? We're going to cut all of that. What I just said. Okay, let's color this in. Before I die. Ah, there we go. Looks okay, I think. Maybe a little fast even. Should I slow these down? Is that a bad idea? Is that a good idea? Let me see. Go. Whoops! What the fuck did I just do? What's going on? It looks pretty good. Like I'm not like thrilled with it, but you know, it's somewhat what I had in my head. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do the explosions I think another time because I'm ready for bed right now. Hopefully that was okay, and the next part of this video should start right about now. Holy mother of shit. That was a long recording. Wow. It's like 45 minutes. Oh my god. So in between recordings, I edited this a little bit. I made these spotlight things a bit bigger, and I think it looks... Oh. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so that's what it looks like right now. The smoke's a bit smaller. What we're going to do right now is animate the explosions. Now, if you look in the original episode, the red matter bomb has lots of little explosions sort of happening all around it. We're going to try and make that look a little bit better than it does actually in the game. Because in the game, Minecraft's explosions are like these gray circles that sort of expand out. Not a big fan, so I don't know what color we're going to use, because, I mean, purple, we have a light purple, we have a light yellow. So probably like an orange, probably a generic explosion color. We'll see how it looks. Little explosion. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use orange maybe. We'll start with orange, and we're just going to do everything in orange first. Also, first of all, I'm going to freaking change this nonsense. We're going to start with a nice little circle. Alright, yeah, you know. That feeling of like, holy shit, what is happening? We want that feeling, and one great way to get that feeling is through you know, freaking, what am I saying? One way to get that feeling is through having an crazy looking explosion. We got to make it look real nice, because this is a big part of the animation. I don't know if I like this yet. Explosions are hard. Like, they're easy to draw, of course, because there's like a bunch of squiggles, but animating them is like, what do I do? I don't know. So yeah, let's see what this looks like. So for the first, to start off, we're gonna have like it's all gonna be pretty intense actually. We should be up here with it. I think it'll look okay with the shading and everything. Fingers crossed. Usually when you animate something, you do all the lines and it looks okay, and then when you get the color down, it looks a lot better. So you know, if you're animating and you're not really sure and you think it looks like crap, wait till you get the color down, because a lot of times the color helps a lot. That's kind of what's happening here. Like, I'm still like a little unsure about it. Oh, Jesus fucking, I guess more sure than I was. Tiniest pissant little gaps they gotta freaking find and say, nope, you can't fill that in because there's a little space. We need the whole goddamn thing closed. No. What, this is what you're complaining about right here? Fuck you. For fuck's sake. I'm actually kind of happy with that. See, I told you. Okay, so now we're going to drag all of these stupid little explosions into this bastard. And we're going to make a new layer for them. And we're going to just like put them sort of everywhere, I think. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're going to make a new symbol called explosion full, right? take this bastard, we're gonna put it in. So we have that whole thing, and we're gonna extend it for 1,000,000 frames. So it just kind of goes. So that's our explosion so far. What we're gonna do now is add the smaller explosions on top. And because they're so freaking ginormous, we're gonna, yeah, we want them about that big. We're just gonna like copy and paste these like sort of around. Oh my Jesus Christ almighty. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna copy and paste these around, just like this. Cool, so that's pretty much it. And if we ever need more frames of this, we could always just go back and extend it a bit. But for now, oh man. For now, this is what it looks like, more or less. So that's not too bad, you know? It's something. So now what we can do is take this one out and throw our full explosion right in there. And it goes well with the sound that's also happening in the audio in the background. Those explosions. I like that a lot. So we're probably going to reuse that explosion quite a bit actually in this animation, just to avoid, you know, doing that over and over again and getting this out within a reasonable amount of time. So that's the explosion for the most part. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so my idea for this bit is to have Death approach Shin, since is what he says if we go back to the scene.
I can see my death slowly approaching.
His death is slowly approaching, so we have to draw a death for him. And my idea right now is to have like a Grim Reaper. Who would the Grim Reaper of Minecraft be? I'm imagining like a Herobrine sort of thing. So I'm gonna make like this Grim Reaper-esque Herobrine basically, and we'll see how that goes. So first of all, we're gonna make the head, I think. Now the Steve head in Minecraft, I believe, I should probably look this up. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'll be right back. Steve, Madden, McQueen, Minecraft. There we go. He was kind of weird. He has kind of like a nose, actually, and like a little goatee going on. Nose. How about this? Yeah. No, I don't know. He doesn't need a nose, I don't think. I mean, I guess it would be Herobrine. I don't know who else it would be. I mean, it could be like a creeper head, maybe, or Israfel. Holy shit on a shit sandwich. We need Israfel up in here. Alright, screw Herobrine, or Herobrine, or however you want to pronounce it. We are making mother flippin' Israfel Death. Oh, that literally just came to me. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was thinking like Herobrine or maybe a creeper head, but no, this is perfect. I'm gonna give him like angry eyes. Yes, I like it. Oh, hands are so hard to draw. I'm afraid of them. You just have to do that weird, you know, foreshortening sort of stuff. Actually, it looks okay. I'm actually pretty okay with that. First try, I did that hand. Wow, that's not bad. Actually, I mean, the thing is, I would love to make his robes wave in the wind. That would look amazing. But that'd be so time consuming. And I want to get this out to you guys, like, within my lifetime. Well, Israfel, I don't really know what Israfel... He's just like an evil guy. I don't really know, like... He's not Death. I don't know if he's like some... Well, he's who is he? He's the son of that preacher. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've seen all that. He's the son of that one preacher guy. So he's not like immortal or anything like that. He's not like some like weird... Although I mean, he doesn't look human, does he? I don't know. Did they ever like say like what Israfel is? They probably did at some point. Alright, I'm going to add a few more lines just to sort of indicate that there could be movement. I mean, it's an animation, so there probably should be like real movement, but you know, it's pretty big. Oh, it's so perfect. You're just going to fade in front of the explosion like that. Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, so next step, of course, is to color him in. So first I'm going to signify where these shadows go. The shadows of Israfel. Get it? Ha! I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that. That was uncalled for. Whew! Alright. The light source... Well, really the light will be behind him in the explosion. So maybe I should follow that. And the other good thing about keeping this stagnant is that it does allow me to put a little more detail into the drawing. You know, I do want this to be a detailed drawing. Alright, let's color this guy in. Oh, this is exciting. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so his eyes are bright freaking red. Bam, bam. Actually, just about the color of my stage there. It's not always the best. I think it's all the shadows. So let's see what he looks like. Oh man. Oh man. Now we're going to give him a real quick and dirty animation. So let's see where we want him to wind up. He's going to wind up pretty much there, I think. And we don't want him to move a whole lot. We want it to be a pretty subtle, slow movement. Of course I did that backwards, so fuck me. We want him to move. We want him to zoom in a little bit, but not too much. We don't want it to be like too quick. We want it to be pretty, you know, slow, death-like, you know?
I can see my death slowly approaching.
Oh, I love it. Alright, now let's put in the fade.
I can see my death slowly approaching.
Oh my god, it's great. I'm actually going to ease that out a bit too. And actually, to be quite honest, I think I'm going to move him over a little bit. Just so that he winds up more in the center of the screen.
Oh my god, I can see my death slowly approaching.
That's it for Israfel Death. So I know I haven't recorded much of this animation in a while. I actually tried recording a part a little bit before this one, and the whole thing crashed, and it was terrible, and it was a big mess. It was the part where Shin sort of dies, in where he thinks it's like the happy, peaceful place, and he thinks it's safe, and then it turns out it's not safe. That's the part I recorded, and it didn't get saved. So anyway, I'm going to, I believe the last thing I recorded before that was Israfel, or in the first video. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about, repeat some of the stuff I did in the last recording that didn't get to be saved. So this scene, the reason I'm recording this is that Lewis is going to have he's sort of in this like panic mode. He's like, you know, trying to process the bomb and put it, you know, what he's seeing into words. And so I made his whole, I'll play right here. Made him have some goofy expressions and sort of in a panic state.
Where are you, Lewis? What the shit do
I don't know about that expression yet. I've just put that in, and I'm not totally sold on it. We'll see if that stays. But what I want to do here is he's going to, when he says this,
shit do I do?
I want him to sort of grab his face, and I want him to be sort of pulling down on his skin a little bit, and maybe you see like, you know how you pull down on your eye and you get like that, you see sort of that pink under the eye sort of thing. Unless there's a name for that, but yeah, that's what he's going to kind of be doing. I really have no idea how I'm going to do this, so it's going to be an adventure, and you're going to probably see me, you know, mess up a few times, but that's okay. So if he's dragging his face down, and I kind of want that to be like apparent, I want the face to be actually like dragged down and not just sort of appear there, so I want it to like move as he's doing it. We'll see how that works. But also another issue I have is his other hand is holding the phone, and that hand is also going to be participating in pulling his face down, and I don't know how that's going to work. Originally I wanted him to throw the phone away in the midst of this panic, you know, but he's going to check it again if we play this.
Do I do?
He's going to check it here.
He said set up an anti-magic
to see what Ridge says. So the phone needs to kind of stay there. We'll see. I'm just going to start like drawing, I think. I think I actually know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to make a new layer here. I really don't like this face, I don't think. I don't think I like the mouth. The mouth is sort of bugging me. I think it's got a good start, but I think it's got to be a little more like that. And underneath the eyes, we're going to put the part that he's going to pull down, and that's actually going to stretch as his arms move down. And I think I might just do that like here. And it's all going to be behind the eye. You're not going to see this part. Okay. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me, I guess. Let's make his eyes nice and white. Alright, or not. There we go. See, there you go. That makes a little more sense. And I'm also going to add a little bit of that red sort of squiggly lines that you get in your eyes when you pull them like that. be a little thinner. Because, you know, the problem with this animation, and the thing I was afraid of when I started to make it, was I didn't want to just... I wanted to add a lot to it, but I also didn't want to lose the story of it. I didn't want to, you know, have the stuff I add overshadow what's actually happening. So I've been very careful to do that, but I also didn't want it to just turn into, you know, an animation where everyone's just sort of standing around talking to each other, because that's not really, you know, it's kind of like, what's the point then, you know? It looks horrifying. Yeah. Great. This looks awesome. Okay, so now what I'm going to do right away is I'm going to make these symbols, these little things. We're going to say Lewis I things. I don't know what the hell they're called. So I think I'm going to do this right now. Actually, these should be on different layers, shouldn't they? It should, absolutely. We're going to make yet another layer. Really expanding our layerness here.
Shit, do I do?
Yeah, like that. So his hand is going to be sort of pulling that down, and that's the effect we want. So that's dandy. That's perfect. I got a little worried because this line is sort of not connected, but it'll be fine. You won't notice when you watch it, will you? We're giving him fingers, which is quite a rarity. You guys know how much I love drawing hands and arms and limbs. Another reason I haven't recorded too much of this is because I do work a lot slower, I notice, when I record. I'm not sure why that is. I think that's gonna... Oh, what'd I do? What did I just do? Did I mess everything up?
What the shit do I do?
Of course, we're gonna add a little bit more to that than just that. He's gonna sort of do that jiggly thing that I like to do when he hits his face. Like right here. The jiggly thing I'm talking about is like... BAM! That sort of bounce animation. Like that. It's a very slight just sort of jiggle that sort of adds to the movement of things. So now we need this to sort of make sense somehow. And I wonder how we're going to do that. It kind of works.
What the shit do I do?
I mean, like... you can't really see what's happening, but the problem is I can't really, like... Because this has to be behind him. But at the same time, if I had just like a little finger overlaying him, that had to be on a whole other layer up here somewhere. And I don't know what the best way to do that would be other than just making his finger on one layer and making sure it matches up with his arm. Which I don't really want to do, but let's let's try it, I guess. Making all the layers. All the gosh darn layers we could ever want.
The shit do I do?
I like that, actually. That works. I go back and watch my thing over, my animation over what I've already done like a million times as I'm doing it, because I want to make sure the flow is persistent. I don't want to, you know, do anything too abruptly, and I got to keep reminding myself what, you know, what's in and around that scene that I'm working on. So I'm just gonna go back a little bit.
This is horrendous.
That eye was a pain in the ass to do, by the way.
Where are you, Lewis? What the shit do I do?
I still don't like that face. This face here. I'm gonna try changing that again. Noises. All these disgusting layers can go F themselves.
What the shit do I do?
It's perfect. I love it. Ah, great. And then he's just gonna look at his phone, and you know, that's pretty much the only thing I wanted to show you guys. And I don't want this to run on for too long, otherwise I'm guessing the whole thing will crash again, and this will be a big waste of time. So thanks for watching, as always, and stay tuned for the next part. It's probably coming right now. Hey guys, first of all, thank you for sitting through that long-ass Let's Animate that just happened. Wow. Hope it wasn't too boring. I'm sorry I didn't record more of it, actually. I only recorded sort of like the first sort of bits. Things happened later on in the animation where I just wasn't really up for being funny, and I didn't really feel like recording, so I just sort of, you know, turned the music up and sort of went at it and got things done, you know. So it is done, and that's great. So right now I'm just going to give you some of the final stats. It took about 4 months to make the whole thing, and that's not like working all day every day, by no means. This is not my full-time job. But it was pretty consistent, you know. I'd spend an hour or so a day on it, and it got done. I started March, I think, mid-March I started. And so, you know, that's math, but March, April, May, June. Yeah, about mid to late July, I got done with it. And it was released pretty recently, mid-September. So Good, very good. Actually, I did start the bomb much earlier. After my first or second Yogscast animation, I tried to tackle the bomb, and it was a bit rougher around the edges, so I'm going to show that to you guys now as a little sneak peek.
There is one more explosive to try, actually. We've got a red matter explosive here.
Oh, that's going to go big, I think. I think that'll go big.
Are you ready then? Red matter explosives.
So yeah, not quite as refined. I'm glad I waited on it. I'm glad I waited. I think at the time I got the first few seconds in, and I was like, wow, that's way too ambitious for me right now. I gotta chill out and not do that. So I'm glad I waited. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll try and get to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the bomb. Hope you enjoyed all the other animations, Yogscast or my own. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios.